Hello and welcome to another edition of After the Whistle, Wednesday, March 20th. We are here. We got another good one for y'all. We got Todd in the building as always. We got the books on deck.
Yeah, man. They're here.
The books are here. And then we are joined by Ant. Ant is here with us. What is going on, Ant?
What's up, man?
What's good?
It's going down, March Madness. Let me ask you this, and we talked about this last week. We was just talking about friendships made on the basketball court with people if you saw two certain individuals on the basketball team, you think they'd never be best of friends, but they wind up being the best of friends. Was there somebody that you played with or were teammates with that people would never think you two would be tight, but you guys are very tight? You have a teammate like that?
I don't know if I have a teammate like that as much as I have opponents like that. There are guys I played against specifically as a pro that were in my division, so we would play against each other 4, 5, 6 times during the year, and you're going at you guys, you're talking trash and all that type of stuff, and for whatever reason, a friendship bonds, right? They might come to play you guys for a game, and might end up going out and hanging with the guys and realize they're cool and things like that. So one of my close friends to this day, we was actually just on FaceTime 2 days ago, is a guy out here that I originally met him playing against him. And now we're best of friends. We talk all the time.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, that's we was just talking about how Todd was saying how basketball is just you could get 10 strangers and they just, for that moment they're playing, they get the game over with, and then all of a sudden the friendship grows just from meeting for the first time on that basketball court. So that's what
it definitely happens like that all the time. My ex-owner Ian McCarthy is writing a book right now about how he became an owner and stuff of the basketball team and stuff like that, and he sends me rough copies of drafts when he does them up, and I've been reading it, and 4 of his best friends to this day he met playing pickup basketball outside at a park.
that's how it is, man. Yeah, that's how it is. I think we've all just growing up, we made friends. I mean, that's how me and Todd met. Well, kind of like basketball, but it was just we was playing in the streets and stuff like that, right across the street.
And too, there are so many courts throughout the U.S. that I feel like there's way more courts than open fields. Yeah. So it's easiest to have so many basketball games, and basketball is universal sport.
Yeah.
And it takes less. All you need is a basketball.
Right.
You don't need equipment. You don't need all this.
You don't even need to speak English.
Nah, not at all.
Yeah, for sure. You don't.
Because everybody can speak hoop.
The language of the game is universal, man.
Definitely, man. It's that time of the year. We got March Madness, craziest time of the year. We done already had an upset last night with Colorado. I wouldn't even call it an upset because I don't
know how much that was an upset.
Yeah. If anybody knows me, knows I hate everything about Virginia basketball. I just hate Virginia.
Yo, man, Virginia is the worst, bro. What you call homeboy Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from Indiana State.
We've been hearing about him for a few years now. And granted, they lost their conference championship, but their record, their RPI, whatever it is, was high top 30. How do you put somebody that got a 60 up there with somebody top? I get it, ACC, but come on, man. Yeah. Virginia shows that they don't even deserve to be in the tournament.
I mean,
come on.
The strength of, I understand strength of schedule and all that, but how much does your strength of schedule matter if you lose to all the teams that make your schedule strong? Right. So that's a weird thing for me. But I don't know if Virginia should be in it, but I do know they shouldn't be able to. They shouldn't have been playing to be a 10 seed.
Crazy.
Right. And you only scored 14 points in the first half?
They can't score. They can't score. Period.
Oh,
I know. I've seen them in person.
This was
but I will say my guy from out here in Toronto committed to them this year, so he'll be with them next year, and might be able to put a couple buckets up for them.
Congrats to him. Congrats to him. Definitely look forward to him seeing him.
Is he the one from Fort Erie?
Yeah.
But I know
that's
he's talking
dope,
about.
man.
Yeah, your other guy, he's in the tournament too from Vermont, right? One of your former
Yes,
players.
Vermont. Yeah. My guy Sam, he played with us. I coach Sam. He's at Vermont. So they're playing Duke tomorrow night.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah, so
look out
shout
for
out
him
to
too.
Friday
That's
night.
All right, we're going to go through these brackets real quick. We're going to start off on the men's side. We're going to first start off in the East region. UConn, to no surprise, is the #1 overall seed this whole tournament. They've had a dominant season. They'll be taking on Stetson. FAU, Florida Atlantic. They had another good year, so they've shown they're not a joke going against Northwestern, San Diego State, UAB, Auburn, Yale, BYU and Duquesne, and then Illinois Morehead State, Washington State Drake, and Iowa State, South Dakota State. Iowa State, my brother's school, so he's amped about that. But I mean, when you guys look at these brackets, do you see any of these matchups that people should look out for to be as potential upsets?
Kind of like last night. I don't know how much it's an upset, but I don't see how FAU beats Northwestern.
FAU?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree. I like Illinois in this bracket. I don't think they're gonna come out of it because UConn is just, they're the well-oiled machine. But Illinois showed that they can compete with anybody.
Yeah, and some of these teams got good momentum going into this into this March Madness,
True.
like Iowa State, and Illinois Iowa State winning the Big 12 championship, Illinois winning the Big 10 championship, and then Auburn. I felt like Auburn's kind of been under the radar this year. They had a really good season.
Auburn has been blowing teams out all season.
I feel like they weren't talked about. They weren't talked about nationally as much for what they were doing this year. I feel like
They weren't.
Yeah.
They weren't.
Yeah, I agree. It's just one of those things. I feel like you talk about so many teams, there's always going to be a few teams that kind of left out.
Yeah.
I'm always going to respect Bruce Pearl because he's one of the few coaches I've seen work out with his players.
Yeah.
And it's easy to take direction when somebody actually show you how to do it and kind of go through the grind with you, and then somebody's got to shooting Tyron, just pointing fingers and directing you. So.
Yeah, and it seems like he's been getting Auburn to. They were like I think they were a shot away from going to the national championship just a couple years ago. That year Virginia won it.
I think when they had Jabari Smith or something, right? What's his name? Jabari Smith.
Oh, I think
Yep.
that was the year Virginia
Kid
won
on
it.
Houston.
I'm not positive with that one.
Yeah, but whatever year Virginia
They
won
had
it.
They had Sharif Cooper. They had Sharif Cooper and Jabari Smith. I think they almost made it to the championship that year.
Yeah, so he's kind of been elevating Auburn's program since he got there. You know, Bruce Pearl, he's some off court stuff that happened, but he's kind of reinvented himself.
I mean, as a coach, he's always been a good coach for the most part.
He did the same thing at Tennessee, man. His drive, his competitive spirit is unmatched, man. You see him over there on the sidelines, you would think he's playing in the game.
Right.
Kind of like Dan Campbell. Or Gamble, you know what I mean?
And then you look at UConn. They just picked up where they left off last year from the national title team, and they had a point in the season where some guys were hurt, but now everybody's back, everybody's fully healthy now, and then they showed in the Big East tournament what they're capable of, and I like UConn though. They're nice.
Yeah.
Well, machine, man.
Who's that dude named the guard?
Which one?
The 6'5" guard. Their point.
I don't forgot his name.
I forgot his name, but yeah, he
Newton.
Was he like number 2 or something? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tristan Newton, I think.
Yeah, you talk about a guy whose game I think last year he wasn't that good of a shooter.
He wasn't even ranked coming into UConn.
Yeah,
but sometimes the rankings are kind of overrated and things like that. And it's like, what does he play for? Is it senior or junior?
But last year they also had a buddy that's on New Orleans too.
I forget his name.
I forget his name.
Yeah.
But he was the guy.
Hard, right?
Yep, the shooter.
Yeah. But for me, UConn and Houston. Now NCAA it's a lot of parity, so anybody can win on any night, as we see, right? Because those teams didn't even win their conference tournament. Well, UConn did, but you get what I'm saying. But the UConn and Houston have been the most consistent teams all year, and it'll be hard pressed for me to see anybody win it beside those two teams. I know it can happen, but I don't know, man. Those two teams have been pretty dominant all year.
Yeah, agreed. I mean,
and they got their losses out the way kind of early. You know what I mean? So like now, if you can go on that 4 or 5 game winning streak, you shouldn't have a problem. Especially those 2 teams.
Yeah, and Houston was like smacking Kansas around.
I'll be honest, I don't like Kansas.
Man.
I don't like Kansas, bro. I never have. Just personally, and ever since they beat Memphis, I haven't feeling them since Memphis.
Kansas has got the guys are hurt.
Yeah, that too. But you know, I say about them bigs, man. Stop running from the league, man.
We scroll down to the West. North Carolina is the number 1 seed over there. They'll be taking on Wagner. Mississippi State, Michigan State, St. Mary's, Grand Canyon, Alabama, Charleston, Clemson, New Mexico, Baylor, Colgate, Dayton, and Nevada, Arizona, and Long Beach State. Arizona's number 2 seed. If things actually go, though, if they go a certain way and some of the favorites actually keep going, or the higher seed keeps going, we might have a North Carolina-Arizona matchup. If that happens, that'll be such an intriguing one because of Caleb Love transferring over there, and then R.J. Davis winning Player of the Year, and Love winning Player of the Year in the Pac-10, right? It's Pac-10.
So Arizona, they played North Carolina, didn't they?
Season? No, they played Duke this season.
They played Duke. Yeah, they beat up on Duke, yeah?
Went to Duke and won. And
North Carolina is one of the hottest teams in the NCAA right now, man. Like, the second half of their season has been amazing. They're going to be a tough out.
And even, like, early on when they started off, like, 9-0 in conference play, it was kind of like they were doing it both ways, offense and defense. Like, they were scoring a lot of points, and then they was locking you down, too.
I mean, I like North Carolina. It's just you hope they be consistent, but it's always that 1 or 2 games where it's like, yeah, what's up with them?
Like they sleepwalking.
Yeah, like so I'm hoping that they get together and they come out firing because I'm hoping to see North Carolina and Arizona.
Yeah, I'm
an Arizona fan, so.
And you know how college NC the boys side, they love the blue blood matchups. How they like to promote those blue blood matchups.
TV loves it.
Yeah,
let's be real, man. Like the more money a school's worth, the better off the tournament is.
I agree. I'm also looking at Michigan State too. Michigan State's like a team that just like coasts through the regular season. Like they do enough in the regular season just so they know they'll make to the tournament. And then when tournament time comes, that's when they always turn up and make that run.
I mean, they used to be built for March.
Yeah.
I don't really know if that trend is consistent like it used to be.
Yeah.
Lately, nah.
Yeah, for me, they're in the Big Ten, so it's kind of one of those Virginia situations where they're probably going to get in the tournament no matter what because of strength of schedule, because of their conference, but they're not good at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only watched like 1 game just because the dude Tyson Walker, a fan of his, but yeah, I really haven't watched them much this year. And then anytime I try to catch up with them, it was like they just be losing games here. They'll lose off a buzzer beater. They'll lose off somebody making free throws late, or they'll turn the ball over late. It's just not a Michigan State type of team that people know.
They have been playing better lately, but they're not. I don't know. In the eye test, they're just not that good of a team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Dayton too. Dayton, they're consistent. One thing about Dayton, they've been consistent. When they play the good teams, they're up for the good teams. They'll beat up on the bad teams on their schedule. But they kind of been consistent since the dude took over. What's his name? Head coach Anthony Grant, since he's been there.
I haven't followed.
Yeah.
So. We'll see.
They're pretty good. They've been solid since like those Obi Toppin years. So. Yeah, they're pretty good. They could surprise some people in the tournament.
Yeah. Is Avery Johnson still coaching Alabama or not?
Nah. No, I think he's been a while ago.
Okay.
But Alabama's legit though.
Alabama's good, yeah.
I've seen. I moving on to the Midwest region. Purdue is number 1 over there, but I don't know if y'all feel the same way I do. I just see them losing really early in this tournament like they always do because like Purdue, yeah. Like I saw a question on TV. They're saying which number 1 team do you think will most likely lose in the first round, and nobody said Purdue, and I was surprised because we just saw what happened last year with them.
You know me. I
Yeah.
don't have anything positive to say about Purdue and Kansas when you got two guys that are gonna stay. Stop running from the league. That's all I gotta say, man. Like, stop running from the league, man. Y'all too big to be sitting in college for 4 or 5 years, man. Cut it out. So
For me, it's like Purdue doesn't have enough guard play. So I don't know how deep they could go. I don't think they'll lose in the first round, but I don't know how deep they could go. They don't have enough guard play.
And honestly, NCAA tournament, it's always about the guard. The guard play is March Madness is all about the guard play.
that's really college basketball.
Yeah.
Let's be real, like, because they just have more opportunities, and Purdue's known for just having big guys, big 7-footers that they don't get over the hump. They got another one coming in.
Oh, do they?
A 7'1", 7'2" dude, like, yeah.
I hope he got guard skills.
Yeah, please, if you've seen him, you understand he has none. But one thing I will say about Edie, though, he has got better every year, though.
Okay.
So he came in there really not playing that much IMG. But bro, you should have left you after your junior year. Come on, stop.
Yeah. So he's been like Hibbert, Roy Hibbert. He was like a Roy Hibbert.
Definitely, I'll give you that.
He couldn't leave after the junior year. There's no place in the NBA for him. Even after his senior year, there's not really going to be a place in the NBA for him.
Roll the dice, man.
He'll get drafted and be on a team. How long he'll be around is a whole nother story.
Yeah.
So I guess what you trying to make as much money as you can in college?
Probably, or he might.
I mean, you look at Armando Bacot and those guys. At the end of the day, if I'm projected to maybe be a late first rounder or whatever the case, or again, if I'm looking at the game and I'm like the game of basketball is moving away from what I am, like a true big, like that's not basketball anymore. You know what I'm saying? So for me, if I'm making NIL money, yes, I'm going back for all 4 years. I'm going to make all my NIL money and then go do whatever I have to do after.
Ain't no wrong with that.
Yeah, and he'll probably get a.
Yeah, look at Angel Reese. Angel Reese just entered the transfer portal. She's trying to do her COVID year, right? Like,
it's gonna be her third school.
Yeah, she started Maryland. So I mean, I don't like. She can play, but I don't really see her game translating that much personally. Like,
hey man,
that's just me personally.
Yeah. Let's run through these. Let's run through the rest of this side of the bracket. Utah State, TCU, Gonzaga, McNeese State, Kansas, Samford. We know how Todd feels about them. South Carolina, Oregon, Creighton, Akron, Texas, Colorado State, Tennessee, and St. Peter's. And it would not be a surprise to me if Tennessee comes out of that side of the bracket.
Who have feelings about?
Kansas.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, so I'm.
Who's the number one on that side?
That's Purdue. Purdue's number one on that side.
Oh, that's the Purdue side. Okay.
Yeah.
That's Purdue side.
Yeah. But it would have shocked me if Tennessee came out that side of the bracket, because they're another team all season. They've been consistent all season. So
Who's Colorado State play first round?
Texas.
I think that might be a game to watch out for.
I think Colorado State might take that one, because from what I've seen from Texas this year, they've also been inconsistent this year. So yeah, we'll get that. And then lastly, our South region, we got Houston as the number 1 seed, Longwood, Nebraska taking on Texas A&M, Wisconsin taking on James Madison, Duke, Vermont, Texas Tech, and NC State, Kentucky and Oakland, Florida is waiting their winner, and then Marquette will be taking on Western Kentucky. And that's another one. Houston, I don't know how many of these teams match up with Houston on that side of the bracket.
I mean, I don't see many. I see, Kentucky can make a run. Kentucky can make a run. Marquette can make a run. I don't like Duke personally, just because their offense is like, they don't allow their guards to really get busy, and their guards really aren't that great. So I just think those other two teams got a better chance.
And you see how they closed out the season.
Yeah, I don't see anybody beating Houston over there. Just, I don't see it.
Maybe like Marquette or Kentucky could give them a game if they meet, but
Marquette maybe, but I also watched Houston smoke Marquette and then beat them pretty comfortably the second time. Kentucky, no. Kentucky might struggle with Oakland. Oakland can score the ball.
Okay. The point guard for Marquette, is he gonna play or is he still out?
Oh, we talking about
I'm not sure.
Nolik or
Kolick? Yeah.
I'm not sure
He's been
either.
out for a while. So.
I mean, I'm sure he'll try to play if he can. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And NC State, they got in the tournament by winning the ACC tournament, but that's not. I don't see them beating Texas Tech. I just don't see them with how they play. And I feel like winning the ACC championship against North Carolina was kind of like their national championship because of the way they were celebrating and the way their fans were celebrating.
I mean,
They're done. That was their national championship. They're done.
You know the history with them. Like they think they're on they think they're on the same level as North Carolina as far as basketball programs. So
yeah, I just think semi-rivalry game because NC State, NC, but North Carolina's been one of the best teams all year, so I guess you got the right to.
Because even if NC State loses in the first round, they already overachieved. Yeah.
And you get rings for your conference championship, certain conferences or watches and stuff. So you get a little jewelry. You know a little jewelry, man.
Oh man, yeah. Let's flip over to the women's side of things, where it sure is going to be entertaining on their side for sure. All right, Region 1 is the Albany region, with South Carolina with the number one overall seed, North Carolina taking on Michigan State, Oklahoma, Florida against Florida Gulf Coast, Indiana and Fairfield, Nebraska, Texas A&M, Oregon State, Eastern Washington, Ole Miss, Marquette, Notre Dame, and Kent State. And what I will say about the women's bracket, their side, usually the best team always wins. There might be like one upset, but normally on the women's side of March Madness, the best team usually always win, and I just don't see.
For sure. South Carolina will be the champion. For sure.
Play with their food. We already talked about the lioness and all that. Like, women are ruthless, bro. Like, we kind of joke around a little bit, like a little egotistical. Women just come in there. They're gonna show you within the first 10 minutes that you don't belong out here with us.
Right.
And only team I really see competing with South Carolina maybe is Notre Dame, because Hannah out there killing. But South Carolina, they're definitely a well-oiled machine.
A very well-oiled machine. They got girls that will shoot the ball and they'll make the shots now this year as opposed to last year.
That still blew my mind,
they leaving it wide open and would not take it.
She didn't even attempt the shot.
Right. So this seems like a team on a redemption tour for the season. And we move further down to Albany. That's the Albany region. Part 2 of the Albany region, actually. We have Iowa is the number 1 seed on that side. West Virginia and Princeton, Colorado, Drake, Kansas State, Portland, Louisville against Middle Tennessee State, LSU and Rice, Creighton and UNLV, UCLA and Cal Baptist. And we have a potential Iowa and LSU rematch, which is probably what everybody is looking forward to on that side of the bracket, rightfully so.
I mean, do people want to see that game because it'll be a good game or because of like the drama?
Because of the drama from last year, and it probably might be a good game, but they just want Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. They've been doing, they're trying to market players or trying to advertise players. So you got Angel Reese and you got Caitlin Clark, and it's gonna be like the race war kind of thing that's gonna happen. It's legit gonna be like a race war kind of ordeal. Because because some people just don't know how to act when it comes to certain things.
And you got Louisiana and Iowa. Yeah, it's
like two Americas right there. Like two Americas. We got like a two Americas story right here. We got Boosie and we got whatever they listen to in Iowa.
Yeah. And Caitlin Clark she's like all Iowa.
Yeah.
She's like Larry Bird, Iowa.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You got a whole state standing behind her.
Yeah, for sure.
I just hope the respect for they just compete.
For me, the women's basketball knowledge is very surface, right? Like I know the quote unquote big names like everybody else does, but I'm not about to sit here and lie to you guys and act like I watch, pay attention, or stay in tune with women's basketball.
Now, there aren't that many to really focus on, but there's a couple that could hoop. It's like 5 or 6 that could hoop.
And honestly, those 5 or 6, we'll probably see them all in the Final Four.
I just had somebody tell me before we went on the podcast, I just had somebody tell me that they were more excited for the women's tournament than the men one because they don't know any of the men that are like stars or killing or whatever. And I told them because there are only like 5 or 6 girls that are good, so you know them.
Yes, the marketing aspect of it, because, women have, the women's game has been marketed as well. It has been this year, so, like, they're kind of putting them in the forefront.
Yeah.
And the girls have been doing some things, unfortunately. Unfortunately, this year, I think the guys have took a step back in the media part a little bit just because, the marketing quality that these girls have. But the game's still going to be the game.
Yeah. And like the storyline or the stuff people talk about on the men's side is like which freshman is coming back, which freshman is going to leave. The one and dones are more so the focus of like the college basketball overall story. They don't like focus on teams and stuff like that no more. It's like, all right, which freshman is the one and done? Which one's gonna make an impact on the NBA when they get to the NBA? That's kind of like the storyline they go with when they start talking about the men's side of things.
Well, from
UConn's a storyline. Houston's a storyline.
Yeah, it's just they don't really focus on that, unfortunately. Right. You know what I mean? But and it's weird because the league, you know how the league is. Like when they see potential, they want to get you out and quick. And they sometimes, if you stay longer, it can hurt your draft stock, even though it really shouldn't if you're improving every year. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if you decide to stay and improve, that shouldn't hurt you at all. But it's all about what's the word I'm looking for? What they want to put out there, what stories they want to put out there, or narratives, I want to say.
Yeah. And all that fighting the other week helped them a lot. The dude jumping over the stand and
it just gave you something to watch.
It gave you something to watch. It gave you something to talk about before the tournament and all that.
So it's not about the basketball. It's about the drama, yeah.
For the most part, a little bit of everything.
It's nothing entertaining about it, bro. I'm sorry.
I like seeing getting better. You know what I mean in the game. I'm not really too into that, but most people love reality TV. This is like reality TV, you know what I mean? And it's gonna pull those people that like this type of energy. Yeah,
and then honestly, like I said, for the most part, on the women's side, usually the best teams usually get to the Final Four. So you might see 4 number 1 seeds in the Final Four. You might see 2 number 1 seed and 2 number 2 seeds in the Final Four. It won't be like 16 is gonna make a deep run in the tournament. Like, for them, that hardly ever happens. that hardly ever happens. I've never seen it happen before. But other matchups we got: Region 4, Texas, Drexel, Alabama, Florida State, Utah, Dakota State, Gonzaga, UC Irvine, Tennessee, Green Bay, NC State, Chattanooga, Iowa State, Maryland, Stanford, and Norfolk State. And then you got Ohio State and Maine, Duke and Richmond. Isn't Kara Lawson coaching? The girl that used to be assistant on the Celtics, I think she's a coach. Is it Kara Lawson?
Up in Tennessee?
Yeah.
What school she at?
I think she coaches at Duke now. I think she's the coach at Duke.
She coaches at Duke. Yeah, she coaches Duke.
Yeah, this is like her second year. So her second year got them as a number 7 seed. Shout out to them. UConn, Jackson State, Syracuse waits their winner. Virginia Tech, Marshall, Baylor. They don't have an opponent yet. And then Kansas, Michigan, and USC and Texas A&M, Corpus Christi. And people are definitely hoping Juju makes that deep run for USC just because she's been a star since high school. And she's been like in the media since like her sophomore, junior year of high school. So
she's a killer.
Yeah. So that is it. Hope y'all filled out your brackets. I'm not filling out a bracket this year. I'm just trying to save myself some stress.
No, I gotta fill mine out tomorrow. It doesn't matter. Somebody that doesn't even watch basketball usually wins the pool.
No, legit. That don't make no sense. Quickly, we're gonna go to some NFL news. The Bears, they just traded Justin Fields to the Steelers for like a 6th-round pick and a bunch of nothing pretty much. They pretty much just gave him away because they know they're getting Caleb Williams in, which was interesting when you see all other teams in the league that need a quarterback and need a young quarterback that didn't try to get him, and he's off to the Steelers. And then Kenny Pickett, the Steelers' former quarterback, he talked about he wants to leave. Well, I think they got him out of there.
He ain't a fighter. He's not a fighter.
No.
That's all it is.
And he's not good.
I mean, when you know you ain't good, and you know somebody coming in here is almost borderline Hall of Fame.
Yeah, too.
Like, bro, like, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean, we fighters.
Right.
He's not a fighter, bro. So it's all it is, bro.
Yeah.
So Kenny Pickett asked for a trade when they signed Russell Wilson, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Right. I think that's probably what the ownership said too. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your services.
They probably was like, you had the nerve.
Yeah, some players I just don't get. Like, you had 2 years. You had 2 years to show them something, and you didn't show them anything for 2 years. You didn't even show any progress.
You know something? A lot of people.
But he's mad. He's mad that they brought in Russell Wilson. Like, I demand a trade because you brought in Russell Wilson.
A lot of people brush their teeth every morning, but they avoid the mirror, bro. He never wanted to look in that mirror the past 2 years because he knew.
Yeah.
Like, come on, stop it.
Yeah, and I think they got an all-black quarterback room now. The Steelers, I think, because I think they signed another one, but
all black everything, huh?
Yeah, all black. But this was good for Justin Fields because my biggest thing in professional sports is player development, and I mean he's still a young quarterback that needs improvements. It's obvious, but the Bears did him no favor because they didn't show any player development or try to help him around, like get the pieces to help him around. It was kind of like they was just like, we're going to throw this person in here, like, you figure it out. Seems like that's what the Bears are doing.
That's kind of wild to me that you take a young guy, he has all this talent, and in the 1 or 2 years or whatever he's there, like, you don't try to put anything around him to help him. And then it's like, it's just all on him. Like, we got to trade him because he didn't do this or he didn't do that. Like, what did you guys do as an organization to help him be good? Absolutely nothing. So I think this is a better situation from him. He'll be like Tomlinson's a no nonsense kind of guy. He should have the space to be able to learn over there. If Russell Wilson's not a diva like they say he is, then he should be able to learn from the kid. And he should be able to learn from Russell. And in a year or two, he should be able to lead a team. Hopefully,
this is part of the reason why organizations either improve or stay in the shitter. Because you got organizations that do player development, and you got other organizations that just say go out there and win us games off your pure talent. You know what I'm saying? And then when stuff hits the fan, they always throw it on the quarterback. Yeah. So I'm all for him learning behind Russell, just because nowadays only a few quarterbacks that come in the league as rookies and show that they're the next best thing. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with guys staying on the bench for a couple of years and learning like Aaron Rodgers did. Right.
And like a lot of these organizations, they don't do them any service because they just throw them in there in the fire like that. And some aren't ready. Some are, but some still got to learn how to be professionals too. So it's like, they need the guidance.
We can name numerous quarterbacks that will end up being Hall of Famers that they got to sit and watch first, right? From Brady to Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, they sat and watched first.
When you look at the Bears and their quarterbacks, bro, you serious? Mm-hmm. Their best quarterback was like Jay Cutler in the past few years, and he was struggling.
They got to a Super Bowl with Rex Grossman.
That's my point. They've never really had so they're not known for improving quarterbacks, bro. That's just gonna be what they are.
Yeah, I think the last.
Yeah, they were known for defense.
Yeah, that's it.
I think the last quarterback they actually improved was Jim McMahon, and that was like the '80s. So, but yeah, good luck to Justin Fields. Hopefully he'll just take some time and he'll learn, because maybe if Wilson doesn't play well, they'll throw him in there. Or they might be having actual quarterback competition during camp this season. So we'll make the best man win.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Justin Fields signed to be the backup. I'm just being completely honest, man. I think he's signed to be the backup. Yeah. He'll probably play anyway. Russell Wilson's always hurt, but he's signed to be the backup.
Yeah. Or they might use him in special packages,
special packages,
Wildcat. Yeah. All right, let's go to some interviews. We're going to skip that one. We'll go to our Athletes Corner instead, and we'll be talking with Drew and Shane Eason, the brothers from Methuen. One was a All-State player this year. The other was a conference MVP, I believe. Drew's going to Stonehill College quarterback. So, and then Shane's a junior, so he'll be a senior next year.
Dope.
He's considered one of the best running backs in the state. So check this out. Then we're going to come back, talk a little more stuff. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's me, Mukala Kabongo. Once again, bringing you another Athletes Corner. This time we have the Eason brothers, Drew and Shane Eason, out of Methuen, Massachusetts, who attended Methuen High. Drew, older brother, senior quarterback for Methuen, who was a record setter this past football season. Shane, younger brother, running back, who also was a record setter. We talked to them about the 2023 season. We talked to Drew about his decision to attend Stonehill College. We talked to Shane about wrestling and all the other stuff going on with them, and specifically football. Also, the two brothers were all-state players this past season as well. So check this Athletes Corner out. I hope you all enjoy it. Hello and welcome to another edition of Athletes Corner. And today we got some special guests. We got Shane Eason and Drew Eason from Methuen. What's going on, fellas?
Thank you for having me, my man.
Hey, man. Glad you guys could make it. Took a little while to make this happen, but we're here. You guys, I mean, first of all, how's everything going? You guys got school vacation right now. How's
Everything's going good.
Just chilling right now.
Yeah, basketball again, getting ready for state tourney time, crunch time right now.
Yeah, it's been a grind for basketball season in that MVC, man.
MVC is tough.
Yeah, I've seen a couple TSC.
Dogfight every night, no matter who you play.
But that helps you guys, though.
Strength of schedule, definitely. I mean, even though we're 11-8, our strength of schedule's got us all the way up to right around the 20s, so we're doing good.
Yeah, so y'all should be having a good spot. Wrestling's over for you?
Yeah, wrestling's over for me, but it was a good season. I had fun, definitely. My team, we did good. Had 3 losses against really good teams, but.
When did you start with the wrestling?
So I started when I was younger, and then I took a little break and picked up basketball for a couple years. Yeah. And then when I came back to high school, I wasn't gonna do a winter sport, and I was just at one of the meets watching, and then me and my friend we were interested, so we decided to go up to the coach, talk to him, and then ever since then I started wrestling again.
Yeah, and wrestling it's just you and the opponent. It's not like you have people surrounding you, so it's kind of like physical and mental at the same time.
Yeah, you got all the eyes on you. Everyone in the gym is watching, just you and the other person wrestling. So it's basically you got to go out there, give it all you got. You got to have a lot of mental and physical toughness. Yeah.
What's the strategies you would use for wrestling, or what's the strategies the coaches would come up for you wrestling depending on the opponent?
So depending on the opponent, you want to maybe watch some of their matches on Flow. You see how they wrestle, what their best takedowns are and how to defend them. Yeah. And when you're on top and bottom, you got to see what moves they're not well at and what moves you can hit on them.
Yeah. It's also interesting because a lot of professional wrestlers they were either a 2-sport star in high school or college.
Brock Lesnar, best athlete of all time. WWE, UFC, NFL, he did it all.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
He played D-tackle, I think, at Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they're the best athletes.
Yeah, and I think Ric Flair played Major League Baseball.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I think he was drafted by the Cardinals, and don't quote me, but I think that's true. Football season. Methuen's been making some noise the last several years. I remember I watched Muniz. JP Muniz. That first. So my first glance at him, they came down here when they played English. I think it was his senior year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was my first glance at him. I was like, oh okay. He graduates. Other guys graduate, and then it comes you two.
Yes, sir.
So it keeps the ship rolling. How was it when those guys graduated, and then it was you guys' turn to just kind of take over?
I think you said at Lynn English. I think that was my first ever start that year. Same thing. I was a little nervous. I didn't know I was starting the game until we got on the bus. Literally, me and Alexander Silva, who's one of my good friends, we had a QB battle going all the way through preseason. And literally, like I said, until we got on the bus, we didn't know who was starting, going back and forth scrimmages. But ultimately, they gave me the starting job. And same thing, like we just like kept going the whole way. And JP was a huge factor for me. Like he was always like helping me. He knew I was a little bit younger, but he was always there for me because he was a previous quarterback too. But we moved him to running back, just needing guys there.
Right.
And he was obviously phenomenal at that spot. But he was, same thing, really helpful. Really good guy to look up to. And overall, like Jason Silverio, Will McKinnon, Braden Carter, all guys that were phenomenal. Like phenomenal receivers, played in college. Whether it was Will with lacrosse, Braden with football, just great guys overall, and they just really wanted to see me succeed too. So when they graduated, they were still hitting me up all the time, and like led me through my junior year, helping me like have that success throughout the year, and even this year, just still like supporting me along the way. And I think they were just great guys to have, like, support, like, teammates at my back.
Yeah, that was your sophomore year when you first started.
Yeah,
right?
my first start was at
You were a freshman?
Yeah, I was a freshman, So I started defense.
Okay.
Started at safety. Because we had, like, mostly our whole lineup was seniors from the whole offense and pretty much the whole defense. So I never really got my shot freshman year on offense, but the next year, sophomore year, when all the seniors are gone, we knew we had to step up big, put in a lot of work in the off season. Yeah, we had a lot of shoes to fill.
And that's kind of really being out there as a freshman. Your first varsity moments and stuff. I know there's nerves and stuff like that, but how were you was it just like another day at the office, or was there any like hard times, or did you just fit right in with whatever they were doing?
The first 2 games, I didn't start. I was on the bench, so after that, like that was kind of a little frustrating because I've known like my whole life I've been like the star player of my team. Like I've always been on the field, so it was kind of tough to be like on the bench. But week 3, I got my shot to start, and then the rest of the season, I just kept doing my job, and I got to stay in and got the job done.
Yeah, and in that season, you guys had that big win against Everett. JP made that big play on the stretch. I know Everett that year was favored to win it all. What was that like, just getting that upset and proving that Methuen can play with anybody?
Yeah, that Everett game was huge. I mean, I feel like that's really what started this really, whatever you want to call, this movement for Methuen football. I think that win was really the biggest move going forward like in the program. Yeah. And I think that game was tough. I think obviously it was a dogfight till the end, but I know going into it, the whole team was like really determined. We really thought like we could pull it off. We were just confident in ourselves. We prepared like crazy all week, just doing everything we can, studying, and we just knew that if we were just put in the right situation. We knew that if we were just doing what we were told by our coaches, followed the game plan, just stick to execution, then we could pull it out. And I mean, for me, that was a big one too. Obviously, my dad being from Everett, playing run back there, my mom cheerleader from Everett too. And so it was like a huge game where even all the coaches after the game from Everett like knew me, came up to me, talking to me about my dad too and stuff like that. So it was a really cool moment. I feel like that really started everything at Methuen. I feel like that game was huge.
Yeah, well, what did you guys do defensively in that game just to give yourselves an extra goal?
So they were huge out there, a lot bigger than us. We just came ready. We played hard as we could every play. We hit them every single play, make sure they were feeling it. Just playing tough, doing football.
Yeah, definitely. And then now transition next season comes along, more high expectation for you guys, and it seemed like people thought the offense was going to take a dip with losing some of the other guys, but it was just it just kept going. It refined, retuned, and just going back at it, adding new pieces. When you guys came into that season, what were you guys trying to prove to everyone?
Yeah, I mean, even obviously we had our doubters that said you literally lost your entire offense. Like ultimately, I think it was just me, our tight end and SC Tuma at the time, and then like one offensive guard. His name was Jared Ray. I think that was it, just us 3. And us 3, were all confident that we can get the next lineup ready, the next group of young guys. And the same thing, we just started work right away, when the winter came. We were lifting it all together. When spring came, we started working out on the field. We got our work in. And then summertime, we started installing our plays. So that way when we went into the season, we were all ready. We all knew everything. And then, honestly, I just knew that if we just all put in the work together, if they just came under our wing and just listened to what we had to say, I think we could get it done. And really, they were all really good at that. They all listened to what we had to say. They all listened. They all got the job done. And obviously, it worked out for the better.
Yeah, with you guys, it's with your team, it's not like a one-dimensional team when I say that, like offensively, it's not just like a pass-happy team. It's like you guys, if you want, you just spread it out and sling the ball all over the place, or you can just line up in I formation and just run it down people's throats. Was that one of the things that made it so tough for teams to kind of play you guys? Because at any point, you don't know what's coming, or you might know what's coming, but can you stop it?
Yeah, I think definitely because also like our coach, I'm sure you know, he loves to do a lot of trick plays.
Yeah.
So he's always keeping the defense guessing, always like switching up the offense between like spread, like you said, or the power offense. Can do really anything with our offense, and I think that helps us out a lot because defenses have to scheme for like a lot of different things. So it's going to be hard for them to stop one thing, especially when every week we're putting in new plays.
Yeah, yeah. For you two, well, this upcoming season will probably be the first time you two won't be on the same team for
the last couple of years. Yeah.
Yeah. Just seeing each other come up from youth football and then through high school, just like the success you both have. How's that been? Just seeing each get better each year and get all the accolades.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, when we were younger, like first couple of years, we were on the same team, and I was like playing tight end. He was playing running back, so it was a lot different. I was like, I played tight end most of like my Pop Warner career, and then after a couple of years, like the age difference, it was weird with Pop Warner at the time. But like like I was on the older team, he would be on the younger, and we didn't really play with each other. I think from like fifth grade all the way till sophomore year of high school again. So that's like 4 or 5 years. So it was a while before then. But obviously I still watched him succeed and just grow as a player. And I think really like from 8th grade up until like sophomore year, I think the biggest thing like I like saw was like defense. Obviously I knew he was a hell of a player on offense, but defense, like he became like an animal compared to what he was. He would never really, honestly, he was a linebacker in Pop Warner, but obviously transitioned to safety, where it was more like his role in high school. And he played really good. He stepped up big in that every game, had a couple of key tackles right in the beginning of the game, and that was huge. And even on special teams, I know he had a couple of kick return touchdowns over the past few years. And I think overall, he just like really became a real well-rounded player overall, which was good. And his receiver game too. Yeah. He's always been a running back, got really good at receiver too.
Yeah. You play so many positions. Was that just your way of like making sure you find a way to get on the field by just playing so many positions?
I'm down to play anywhere. I'm just trying to be on the field, help my team win, get the guys to succeed. You know, like I don't really care where I'll play. I'll play on the line if I have to. I'm just trying to get the win. Yeah,
you had one of the most interesting plays, or one of the best highlights that I've seen against North Andover. You nearly get tackled, broke a few tackles, you tossed the defender on your way to the end zone. That game, I don't know, first just that play specifically, I mean, what was going on that play?
That play, like, I just kept my feet running. I never stopped, you know. I noticed, like, I was actually just watching my, like, film a couple days ago, and I was looking at literally the play before. I almost broke one like the same way. Like I realized that they couldn't really tackle me, so I just kept my feet running, kept my feet moving, and then like once I got out the pile, I seen that kid. He came over to me, and I just stiff arm. I tossed him.
Yeah, and that was that game was my first game watching the team play, and that's when I saw. I was like, okay, these guys are going, because it was you were doing most of the work early on, and then fourth quarter came. That's when the passing game started.
A little bit
for you guys.
Like we can keep teams like really honest. Like we'll run the ball, we'll pound the ball the whole first half, and then we'll keep them honest second half, throw the ball. Like we can do whatever we want. Like that's a good thing. Like we have a good run game, and then if we want, we can obviously we have a good pass game too. Yeah. But we can do the best of both worlds.
Yeah, the other running back too. I forget his name.
Phenomenal, Josh Quackey.
Yeah, he also had a big game that one.
He's in my opinion the most underrated player in the state. Yeah. Phenomenal on defense. He played varsity as a freshman too. That game actually against North Andover his freshman year, he first play of his varsity career, he got a kick return, brought it up to like the 15-yard line or something. Him too, he's like by far one of the fastest kids in the state too. He's phenomenal. But overall, just a great player.
Yeah, and you set some records.
I think so, a little bit.
You set some school records. Your senior year really was a bang out year, going out with a bang. Setting those records, man. How's that? How did you feel?
I mean, that's cool. I mean, in the Thanksgiving game, I think it was like late in the second quarter. I think it was the play where I hit number 9, because I think I'm number 10 all time in mass. because there's one that like prep school kid, and then like MIAA, I'm number 9. So I remember on the play like right before they like announced like I was about to hit it, like on the jumbotron, like the speaker, whatever it is, and it was cool. Like we were in the huddle and I heard it. It was pretty cool. But yeah, like after like my school even gave me my own football, wrote all like my records and everything, and overall, I mean, it's just really cool. It's like it's hard to believe. I mean, over the like past few years, it's been tough. You know, we played some good fair share teams, kids that like have played quarterback a couple years too. But at the end of the day, like I just wanted to like win games, keep playing the most amount of games I could, and ultimately us playing a lot of games in the playoffs also helped that. Like it got me a lot of stats too. But at the end of the day, it was just about winning and just about the team. Like if we could just keep winning and keep playing, that was the ultimate goal.
Yeah, you also was record setting yourself. So, what was that like for your parents seeing both their kids just setting these records for the schools and just watching you guys?
I know they're definitely like so proud of us. They tell us every day like how proud they are of us and how much good things we do and how much like good things we make, like how we make the city look and like, we represent ourselves and our family good. And they're always telling us how much they love us and how much we mean to them.
Yeah. You both made the All-State team?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I was part of the Super 26.
Yeah, you made the All-State team.
All-State D1. Yeah.
All-Scholastic. When you got that information, how did you guys feel about that?
Yeah, that was cool. That was exciting because obviously the Super 26. I mean, it's the best 26 players in the state. It's very select few. I think we have the banquet pretty like shortly coming up. But I mean, obviously, I don't know how many like kids from Methuen have made that because obviously I know it's a newer thing too. But I mean, I feel like probably one of very few, which is obviously a really like cool recognition being from Methuen and just seeing my name up there along with my city too. Because everything I love is just about Methuen. I mean, I feel like especially as a quarterback, you want to embrace everything you're a part of. But like me, just growing up too, I've always loved Methuen and everything about it. Yeah. So it was really cool overall.
Definitely. And you're going to Stonehill?
Going to Stonehill next year. That's the goal.
What went into that decision to go up there?
At the end of the day, a couple things I wanted. If it was close to home, that's what I wanted. But I mean, if it wasn't close to home, it was all right. Yeah. But in my college search, I mean, at the end of the day, like the goal is to play Division I football, and I wanted to do that along with getting a good education, and I want to pursue going to the medical field. So I knew that Stonehill has a good health science program, and that way, because I don't know exactly what in the medical field, but I know that if I take health sciences at Stonehill, then I can move on to whatever I wanted probably, because it gives me a wide general variety of like just information for any place in the medical field. Yeah. So, but close to home is awesome. Only an hour away, Division I school. Great people. The oldest coach on the staff is only 38 years old. So we got a young coaching staff, which I love. And overall, just the campus is nice, the people there. I think 80% of the students there participate in some sort of athletics. So everyone there can relate to me. Okay. So, I mean, overall, I think Stonehill was like the best fit for me.
Yeah, definitely. What are you going to miss the most playing with your brother, having your brother on the team?
Definitely like the leadership and his IQ. I mean, every single play, he knew what he was doing. He knew how to get the team fired up, make sure everyone stays focused during practice, during off-season lifts, everything like that. You know, he's just a great leader. It's gonna stink to not be able to play with him next year, but I think we're gonna have some guys that will be able to step up, fill in jobs. Hopefully, I mean, maybe not as good, but you know, it's definitely gonna be a big loss for us. But.
Yeah. Another big season coming up for you as well. We expecting that. Before we get out of there, please plug in your social media. Folks want to follow you and all that good stuff. That's your camera right there.
Sir, Shane_Eason 21, I believe, is my Instagram. And it should be the same thing on Twitter.
For my Instagram, I got Drew.Eason, and then for Twitter, Drew_Eason17.
All right, fellas. Appreciate you guys for taking the drive down.
Thank you.
Man, appreciate it. Y'all been watching another edition of Athletes Corner. Have a good one. Once again, I'd like to thank Drew and Shane Eason for coming on and chatting with me. Had a great time with them. Hope you all enjoyed the episode. We're out of here. Have a good one. I'm Mukala Kabongo. All right, and we are back. We are back. Oh my goodness. Get it together. All right. right, some more football stuff for y'all. Just some quick updates for y'all. Chase Young has signed with the New Orleans Saints. This is a guy that, coming out of college, there was high expectations for him. Thought he was going to be one of them ones. Now he's like one of them bounce around guys.
Yeah, I heard the Saints, and I'm like, why's he going there for?
Yo.
Like, he's just going to just rot out there? Like, they have no chances of going to the Super Bowl in the next 3-4 years, I don't think.
That team is dysfunctional.
And I don't know why they let him go from the Commanders, from the jump.
Another dysfunctional organization, the Commanders. At the 49ers, I don't know what the contract negotiation talks were.
Wasting talent, man.
But yeah, wasting talent.
He could have definitely went to a contender. I don't, unless it's a money thing there.
And it's only
Who was that signed with the Saints?
Chase Young.
Oh, yeah, Chase Young.
And it's only a one-year deal. One-year deal, $13 million. It's a very interesting move.
Odd.
Yeah, he's only 24 too for the number 2 overall. He was a number 2 pick. So for a number 2 pick, now you're on your 3rd team.
That's just odd to me. But hey.
Yeah, it's weird to me. I don't know. Yeah, that's weird. I thought when he went to San Fran, first of all, I thought like, man, this is crazy that San Fran just added this guy. but yeah, that's a weird one. I don't know.
I thought it might have been a money thing because I'm like, he should be on a contender.
Right. I was when I saw that, I was very confused too. But hey, enjoy the gumbo down there.
Yeah.
Not gonna do much. Not gonna do much winning, but the food's good. So I've heard.
And we don't know like him either. I'll be honest with you. When I see guys moving around like that, I tend to think they're a problem.
Yeah. Or they don't not working as hard as.
I mean, just remember when the Commanders let him, they let him go or trade him.
They traded him.
But what was the reasons? There weren't really any real reasons why they traded him. They let him go, and he's a talent.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's probably some mental things.
Yeah. Jerry Jeudy, him and the Browns, they agreed on an extension, $58 million extension. So maybe now he could live up to the hype coming out of college. But it's all dependent on Mr. Touchy-Feely if he's gonna stay on the field or not, because he's. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say the Browns are gonna try to, get as many weapons as they can.
Yeah.
But it's all about who's gonna throw them the ball.
They got our boy Jameis.
I mean, he's great with like speeches and getting the team motivated. And you know me, I love his energy, but man, when you go 30 and 30, bro, like you got ESPN waiting for them to make a documentary on you. You know what I mean? Like.
Who's that? You said
Jameis.
Jameis Winston. He's on the Browns now. So
I didn't know that. I'll be honest with you, man. I like Jameis Winston, man. Like I like him.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, great energy, but just at center it's just
I don't
tough.
know. Like there's clearly something there with the guy. Like you can't lead the league in touchdown passes. Right, I know you say he led it in interceptions or whatever too at the same time, but like Brett Favre's known for throwing interceptions. We love him. We say he's Hall of Famer and this, that, and the third and whatever. All he did was throw interceptions. So if a young guy is throwing a lot of interceptions, but he leads the league in touchdowns, I feel like that's something that could be worked with. That's not something that I say like just put him on the bench or whatever. Right? I feel like there's something to work with right there.
Be fixed. Yeah. Well, it's just I don't know. It's just Jameis. For some reason, it's just Jameis.
I love his energy, man. If he could tighten up and go 30 and 15, I'll take that.
Hey, but what I'm saying is, he'll probably have a chance to play at some point in Cleveland because Deshaun Watson hasn't shown he could play a complete season yet. So there'll be an opportunity for Jameis to get out there and get some wins for the team. Yeah, because they got the weapons.
Yo, he's a great locker room guy. I'll tell you that.
They got the weapons. They got the weapons.
Definitely want him on your team.
Saints got him out of there because he was trying to get his buddy a touchdown, man.
Yo, did you see what he did for the team manager?
Nah.
He blessed the team manager at their wedding. Like he do it all, bro.
I saw a video. I saw a video of Jameis. I think he was holding court at Mardi Gras.
Bro, he does it all, man.
Hey, man of the people. He's a man of the people.
Jameis the president, 2035.
Pedro, what's our boxing update?
Some things actually changed on the main card. It was supposed to be this. Keith, one-time Thurman, actually got injured. So he had to pull out. Yeah. I think he turned toward a bicep.
Oh,
Damn.
ouch.
Ooh.
That sucks.
That means you're old.
Yeah.
So now the replacement is this guy, Sebastian Fandora.
Okay. Well, what you know about him?
6'6", long. Last fight, I believe he got knocked out.
That's a long fall.
First loss, I think. So they call him the Inferno Tower.
Pedro, quite the lead right there, man.
Tower of Inferno.
Right, he's 6'6".
He need to be on the basketball court.
There you do. What is he doing?
So there you go, man. So that's next week. And and by the way, Canelo Alvarez. Actually, there was a press conference yesterday. I believe it was, against Jaime Munguia,
Okay.
another Mexican dude. So yeah, that's going to be a good fight as well. But I'm not happy with him. He should be fighting David Benavidez.
Benavidez. All right, gotcha. That's our boxing update. All right, time for some high school sports for y'all. All right, before we get to all these interviews, so over the weekend, 10 state champions were crowned. So here's interesting. 4 teams repeated. 4 teams went back-to-back. 1 team won 3 in a row. Had a couple first-time champions. 1 team won it again for the first time in a while. So there was a lot of familiar faces, and there's a couple new faces over there this weekend in Lowell for the high school hoops state championship. The season closed out with a great game between Worcester North and Franklin. So Worcester North all year they were blowing teams out, Nobody came within 30 points, but their last 2 games, they had to grind out victories. So against Zavarian in the final 4, they're down 46-44 with 1.2 seconds left in the game. Player gets fouled.
Oh, that's the one when he missed both free throws?
No, he made them. That was the game before.
Bad.
He got fouled with 0.6 seconds left, made both free throws, then they pulled away in overtime to get the win. And then against Franklin, they were down 12 at one point in the game, and then we had another tripping situation. I'll show you the video. Yeah, it was the end of the third, and one player was trying to walk to the bench, and their feet got tangled, but then the dude trips him as he was trying to get over, so then that started the whole thing, and then after that, they just turned up and they created the lead and ran them off the court in the fourth quarter, so to get themselves a back-to-back championship. So shout out to the boys from Worcester North. But check out these interviews and then check out these highlights, and then we'll be back. Coach, your team just accomplished their goal. How are you feeling? How proud are you of these young ladies?
Oh, I'm so proud of them. They've worked so hard all season long, and to come out here and to execute the game plan and play a game like that against a team as good as Wachusett, I'm just so proud.
Yeah. How were you able to limit them offensively? It seemed like they weren't getting in the offensive groove the entire game, and they had a moment where they cut the 14-point lead down to 6, down to 2 a couple of times. How were you able to just make them work on the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah, we really concentrated on slowing down their transition. The last time we played them, their transition killed us, basically. So we took a different approach, tried to slow down their ball handler, and everybody else get back on defense and then commit to rebounding. Last year you were here, didn't turn out the way you wanted. What do you think was the difference between the 2 years? Certainly experience played a role, and we just had kids step up and make plays at the times they needed to. How proud of you of your seniors that they're going out with this, not leaving with a bitter taste in their mouth like last year? I'm so proud. I'm so happy for them. It's just the best feeling for them in the world. Coach, congratulations on the win. Thank you. Coach, you guys did it 3 in a row. This was a challenging season for you guys, but how proud are you of these guys?
Very, very, very proud, because the beginning of the year we had the injuries, getting Matt back. Matt's one of the best kids in the state, when he's like this, and like he was undefendable tonight. He defended for us, getting Drexler Pierre back towards the end of the year. All this stuff really, really helped us a lot. So I'm really proud of the kids, and dealing with me all year. I'm not an easy guy to deal with, and I'm just so happy. I'm ecstatic. I really am.
Defensively, you guys held them to 18 points through 3 quarters. You slowed down McLaughlin. You slowed down their shooters. How were you guys able to do that?
We just face guarded McLaughlin, face guarded the kid Katz and Ellison, stuff like that. Switch anything they were involved in, and it seemed to work. And I thought they struggled when they were taken away, but who knows? I don't know.
What can you say about your seniors, Bo Moody going out with 3?
Bo Moody, Messiah Johnson, they've never lost. Because during the COVID year, we played in the Catholic tournament, which was like a war zone going through all the Catholic Conference teams, and they never lost then. So they went 19-0 in the postseason, or 18-0, whatever it was. I mean, that's unheard of. So I'm happy for them. Really happy for them.
Coach, does it get any sweeter each year?
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. It means a lot being a Malden Catholic too. You know what I mean? It means a lot with EJ Perry there and stuff like that. A guy I played for who's always been good to me, and it means a lot.
Congratulations once again, Coach. Yes, sir. Coach, you did it. Your team just did it, man. This is what you came back to this program to do.
Absolutely.
A vision that you started off back in 2018.
Yes.
Now you guys have done it. How are you feeling?
I feel great. It's an honor and a privilege, when you're a head coach and you have the responsibility to lead young men and to lead a community. Man, listen, a basketball game and being able to play this sport, but you have such family and community and the city and people around the state that it means so much to. It's an honor. It's something I do not take lightly. I thank God he's given me he's given me some heavy shoulders to lift a lot of weight in my family and in my community, and I'm very proud. My wife has been amazing. My mother-in-law is amazing. We want to shout out that my sister-in-law has recently passed, and yesterday was her funeral, and today our uniforms are in honor of her, and just what it means to our entire family. And I know it means more to our community, Boston and Charlestown, and so just all the people that support us and around the state, it just means a lot.
Coach, your team did it. Back-to-back state champions. What's the feeling like?
It's incredible. I mean, it's actually really surreal, because just to be able to experience this one time, yet alone, this is my 4th time, is just crazy. They want the trophy. Hold on one second. So I mean, I knew coming into the season that it was a real high likelihood that we would be here, but I mean, we had to go through 25 games in order to get to this point, and who knows what can happen during the course of that time. So the girls they really just dug their heels in and made sure that they were pushing themselves to get better, especially as the postseason arrived, where they knew they're going to be facing a little bit more competition than maybe some of our league games were, but you could see by the scores reflected in the postseason that they were on a mission, and so every game they were focused on that one, not looking beyond it, but realizing that they the potential they had was just off the charts.
They set the tone defensively early in this game, built the big lead. Norwell made a comeback, and then the second half, the lead grew again. What was kind of like the difference when they cut the lead and for you guys to get that lead back to double digits?
Third quarter historically has been our quarter, so I challenge them at halftime to go out and make sure that they have more energy than their opponent every third quarter, and that in turn, gets the opponents a little bit on their heels. The shoulders will go down a little bit if you get those quick couple of baskets, and then we just had to pick up the tempo. We love our fast break, and a lot of teams aren't able to keep up with that pace, but we're very comfortable with it.
What can you say about Cameron? Last year she had a phenomenal game here. This year she had another phenomenal game. How much are you going to miss coaching her?
Oh my God, she's amazing, and she's just the athleticism that she brings to the court. In my 13 years, I've never coached anyone like her. She's the most dynamic player I've ever coached, whether it's offense or defense or rebounding or steals, deflections. I mean, her stats are off the charts. So she's going to go on to college at Rider, and they got very lucky to get her. Let's just say that.
St. Patrick's Day this weekend. Any St. Patrick's Day festivities you gonna attend to before we get you out of here?
We actually have our banquet tomorrow on St. Patrick's Day. So we will be, celebrating these girls one more time on St. Patty's Day. And then I'm going home and I'm just sleeping for a week.
Coach, congratulations and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
Coach, 2 games in a row, your team had to dig deep and find a way to win this game.
Well, at some point during the season, it's been a long, not only long season, last 2 years. At some point, you have to go through, stuff like this, and that proves if you're a champion or not. I mean, we had the situation with Leominster where they played us close, we won that by 9. We had the situation, as you know, with Severian, came down with 1.6 seconds to win that. And then tonight, a very good, disciplined team who runs their stuff very well. And we had to really fight. I don't think we've ever been down in a game in 2 years. We would, at least this year, I know that. We were down. We were down 12 at one point. But the thing about this group, they didn't give up. They didn't give up. I just had to make some adjustments to what we weren't doing, and I think that was the difference when I went to our 1-2-2 press, which made them not have enough time when they got over half court to run their offense. They didn't have as much time, so I thought that was the difference in the game.
When you really been locked in on those three-point shooters, you guys played the three-point line, even overplayed it, made sure they didn't get no easy looks. Was that one of the biggest emphasis?
We worked on it in practice, so we knew that they were not like a 5-out. They put 2 guys in the corner and 2 guys on the wing, and they try to go downhill when they get a rebound, and if they don't have anything, they know those guys are in the corners of the wings, and if they get it to the wing, they don't have anything, they kick it to the corner. So our guys did a really good job locking down and making sure they didn't get those shots.
My man, Bo, man, does this feeling ever change each year?
It's great it's a great feeling. Super blessed, just to be in this program and have the coaches and the teammates and all the people around the community of Malden Catholic. So no, I never get sick of it. It's the best feeling.
You guys had a trying season this year with a lot of injuries early on, and it seemed like you guys got healthy at the right time towards the end of the season, and then you guys really got your groove starting with that Spartan Classic, man. Did you feel like that gave you guys the momentum going into the postseason?
Definitely. We started out slow. We had a couple losses, and then we lost a game out in Millbury, and after that we kind of flipped the switch, won both games of the Spartan Classic, like you said, and we were just off and running from there.
All right, man. Offensively, you guys were hitting all strides. Defensively, you guys really shut them down. These guys were coming off a big shooting game the other day. How are you guys able to do that?
We watched a lot of film on 3 and 25 particularly. We knew we needed to switch some ball screens, blitz some ball screens, and credit to those 2 players. They're really good players, and we just made it hard for them as hard as we could.
All right, your senior group, you guys never lost in a tournament, starting from the Catholic Conference tournament back in the COVID year to the last 3 state tournaments. What legacy do you think you guys left on this program?
Hopefully a good one. Just never losing a game at the end of the season, and just being thankful for all of our coaches and all the game plans and every walkthrough that we've been through. So, just thank you, MC.
My man, good work as always.
Hey, I appreciate you.
Jalen, man, you're a state champion. How are you feeling right now?
It feels great. It just feels great to be part of the legacy now. It just feels very good. Seeing my dad, my uncles, cousins, all of them, I see them on the banner, and now that I feel like now I'm about to be on a banner, it feels great.
I know this was you guys' mission all year, coming off that loss last year in the Final Four. I mean, how are you guys so able to keep the focus the entire season to get back to this point?
We just knew what the goal was. We knew what the major goal was. Just step by step every game, just got better every practice, and we made it here. And now we got the trophy.
This team, there've been so many. You and Big Jalen get a lot of attention, but there's been so many guys that stepped up for you guys when you guys needed it in this tournament. DeMonte in the semifinals, and the quarterfinals, and the semifinals made a lot of big shots. Jordani, Dwayne coming in. Just how proud of you for those other guys that came in to help you guys out?
No, I'm very proud of them. In the beginning of the year, most of them weren't even cleared to play, but now look at them. Now they're state champions. Now it just feels very good.
All right, man, I'm gonna let you go celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
Cameron, back to back. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling awesome. It's great to be here not only once, but 2 times. I'm so proud of our team, and yeah, just crazy experience to be here.
How was your team able to build that big lead early in that first half? They cut it down to 9, but then in the second half, you built it back up. How were you able to do that in those two frames?
Yeah, always coming with energy, always playing hard defense. You know, I'm just keep reiterating how proud I am that we came and even our subs and we're rotating in and everybody played the same role. So I'm really happy.
You had it going on offensively too. Did you just find your rhythm early and it just kept going from there?
Yeah, I think so. I think and early on I missed some shots, but I think it was just coach kept letting me shoot it, and you know they ended up falling in the end. So I'm really happy.
All right, you're going out with 2 of them. How does it feel with 2 of them?
It feels awesome. I mean, another trophy to add to the case, and I'm just really proud. It's testament to Coach Downs and the staff, and testament to our hard work all season.
All right, congratulations on the win. Go work out there. Here once again, got the mission accomplished, going back to back. How you feeling right now?
Feels great, amazing. Last game with my brothers all over there. Just glad we had to get it done, and we had to do what we had to do, and we got it done.
You guys were down 28-31, hit them with a 14-3 run to close out the half, and then that kind of led you guys up to create that big lead in the second half. What happened in that experience for you guys on 14?
We knew it was a game of runs, and when we went on a run, we could not go back. We cannot go back. And if we just play with energy like we did in those last minutes to get that 14-3, we can beat any team. And I'm glad that I had to end it with my brothers. And that 14-3 brought us that's what we had to keep a 10-point lead that whole game, and that's what we did. We kept expand it because we just kept running, pushing, rebounding, and that's what our game plan was.
Yeah, this season you guys played a lot of tough opponents this year, really tough schedule. How did that prepare you guys for this moment?
Prepared us a lot, especially Florida. We lost 2 games out of 3. Those games, those games we lost helped us for this moment right here. Exactly. Bourne's a great team, but they beat us before, and we knew this is our get back. They're talking crap on social media or something. We just use that as fuel and all that. So that schedule helped us a lot. We had one of the top in Massachusetts. So, and the teams we lost to, La Habra in California, they won out state. Franklin's about to play D1 state, and Bourne. Those are all the teams we lost to. So I'm not even mad that we lost because I know we got it done tonight.
All right, this group, 9 of you guys, this was the last time you guys going to be sharing the uniforms together. You know, you guys grew up playing with each other for a while. Just how special is this moment?
I'm glad to call them my brothers, my teammates. I love every single one of them. We started this journey since 4th grade, and we ended it now with 2 state championships. So I wouldn't do it with anyone else, and I just hope every single one of them does good in the future. And I love those, man. I love those guys, man, a lot.
Hey, man, congratulations.
Thank you. Get much harder.
How you feeling right now, Tayshawn? You guys just did it. 2 games. You guys been blowing teams out all season, but these last 2 games have really tested you guys. You guys fell down 12. How were you able to get back in there?
You know, we never gave up. We never kept our heads down. We always had our head high. You know, we knew that we were the better team overall, and we knew that we were capable of winning this game, and we weren't going to let it slip away from us. So we just came back second half and just played as hard as we could.
Defensively, y'all switched it up in the second half with the full court pressure, created a lot of turnovers that led to led to points on offensively. What did you guys see about that press that could give them issues?
You know, we seen that the press was going to work because we were letting them get up the ball easier and let them set up their offense. So getting in that press, it sped them up a little bit more, and it forced turnovers.
We know the story for you guys for this season. You guys are playing for. How special is it for you guys to cap this on off for your fallen teammate?
You know, it's a great feeling to know that we did this for Carl. This whole season was dedicated to you. We love you, Brody. Everything's for you, bro.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Yo, 3 in a row. When's the last time a team won 3 state championships in a row? I don't know.
3 freaking P! Hey, it's really 4. It's really 4, but hey, you count it.
3 straight. Malden Catholic is the best program.
we gotta give a shout out to Hugh Coleman, Paul Becklands. They got the ring. They got Charlestown a state title. It was kind of like a legacy thing for young Jalen, for Jalen Hunter Coleman, like another Coleman with a state title. So Hugh talked about that, which was dope.
Yeah, shout out to them Boston boys coming to Lynn stealing water, and then going back.
You said they did what?
No, the Boston boys, they come to Lynn and live in Lynn for a couple of years and go back to the bean. I said they come out there stealing water.
Oh, yeah, they come steal the sauce.
They gotta go back.
Steal the secret sauce.
That's funny. Also, I don't know if you guys got a couple things. I don't know if you guys have watched it, but A&E got a nice wrestling documentary going on. It's like Rivals. So they're new? Yeah, it's new. So they did like different rivals. I got a couple recorded. So they had Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant, Triple H and The Rock. It was Ultimate Warrior and somebody, but it's just like.
It wasn't Papa Shango, was it?
I don't think so.
Because he made Ultimate Warrior throw it up and all that,
Yeah, but it's actually really good. It's actually really good. They talk about how the rivalry started and, just give a little backstory and they go through all the matches and stuff like that.
That's dope.
It's pretty cool.
Check it out.
Hulk Hogan was talking about how when he picked up Andre the Giant, I think he broke a bunch of ribs.
I'd imagine so. So what happened when guys were slipping Yokozuna?
I don't know. And that's when he started with the steroids.
What? Oh.
Yeah. That's when he started with the steroids.
You know me. I was never a Hulk Hogan fan.
The Hulkamaniacs.
Yeah. I'm a warrior, man. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, and then the craziest thing happened on Sunday. Like I saw a young girl get profiled.
Hold on, what happened?
So at the state finals, so there was a girl. She was gonna do a videography for one of the teams. So she got there. I guess the teams were supposed to have her name on the media list or whatever, but just so she could get on the court and film. So they didn't get her name on, but she got in the building anyway. So she was like trying to do it from the stands, and then I guess like one of the ladies was like going around telling all the security to like watch out for this girl, don't let her get on the court. Like making it seem like she's a security risk or something like that. So somebody called me to see if I could help her get on the court. So I was like, all right, I'll try to help. So I go and then I go to the media section and just try to get her in. And they was just like, no, she can't come in here. No, like just going crazy. And I'm just like, yo, this girl's just trying to film. Like, what are y'all doing right now? And profiling her. And then some security. So me and her talking afterwards. We're just talking about what happened. Some security guard comes. And he just starts talking crazy, and then he's just like, I'm gonna get the police and tell them you trespassing and stuff like that. And I'm like, so like now the girl's crying. So I'm like telling her, I'm like, relax. So relax, let him get the cop. I'll talk to the cop. So the cop came, and like, she's lucky I was there. I'm just talking to the cop. I'm like, these folks are doing too much. Like like y'all are just profiling a high school person right now for no reason. And she literally is just trying to film something, and y'all are profiling her. Like,
there's too many dweebs in this world, man. They be doing the most. That's all it sounds like to me.
Very much so, but I say that to say them MIA folks they be tripping. They be tripping.
But that is their job, so it's like they might be mad that they do that for an occupation.
And what else you got going on, man? I know hoop season's over, but what you got going on? What's in the works for you?
Yeah, it's actually not over for us. I'm at nationals right now as we speak. I just got back from light shoot around / practice before I got on the podcast. We play tomorrow night, first round against Ridley College, and then we go from there. If we win tomorrow night, we play Fort Erie on Friday. So yeah, well, we're in our playoff and our tournaments, finishing up the season. Hopefully we can get to Sunday and chip.
All right, man. Yeah, definitely good luck on that. And yeah. Well, when me and CB get more details about that, we'll definitely let you know, keep you in the loop on that. So it should be good once we figure all that out for everybody.
Yeah, let me know if that's going down. That'll be That'll be good. That'll be good, man. And then I'll get back on here in a couple weeks, man. I might have some things to announce, man.
All right, definitely. All right, folks. Hey, man, we out of before we go, congratulations to my cousin and his wife. They just had their first child yesterday, a baby girl.
Congratulations.
So congratulations to them. Happy belated birthday to Grace. She turned 16. That's
okay, Grace, my dog. Need some more paintings.
Yeah, she like, I got to teach her how to drive now. So.
I got to do that this week. I got to teach KO how to drive. He's getting his permit. Oh, yeah, KO's birthday's on Monday. He's getting his permit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Kevin's birthday was yesterday. Shout out to him. All the March birthdays, shout out to all of y'all. We are out of here. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen.